Hello guys and welcome back to the channel, and this is our first video in our DevOps series. As I told you in my previous video, which was based on Linux commands, that we are going to start a DevOps series in which we are going to cover DevOps in quite deep. So this is our first video in this series, and from now onwards we will continue this series and all the other topics. Alright, so if you want a detailed theory about DevOps, because I am not going to explain theory over here like what is DevOps and all. For the basic things you can just Google here, type DevOps and it will tell you. And because I am not going very deep in the theory, I will just explain you about deep concepts, and then we will start with a topic which is about Git and GitHub. That is the first topic we are going to cover in the DevOps series. So first of all, what is DevOps? DevOps is a software, you can say software development practice that promotes collaboration between development and operations. As you can see, DevOps is the combination of cultural philosophies, practices and tools that increase an organization's ability to deliver applications and services at high velocity. Alright, you can just take the theory by Google, or you can refer to my article, which is link is given in the description. I have written already an article on my blog regarding to the DevOps. It is complete with the theories and it will clear your theory points. Alright, so first of all, why do we need DevOps? The software development process can be highly, you can say, manual, and it contains a lot of things. So DevOps helps in automating all those processes and reduce your hard work. Alright, so let's go on with the topic for today's in the DevOps series. Let's continue, and the topic will be Git and GitHub. From this particular video we will start a Git. If I am able to cover the Git in this video, it is very good, else we will continue with the second part. But I will take you to the very deep from the very starting, because according to me, all the person watching this video do not know anything about DevOps or GitHub anything. So I will start from the very core basics and core concepts to the advanced one. Alright, so if you think that you know what I am going to teach you in the video, you can skip or you can just wait and watch, because that will help in your revision. Alright, so first of all, let's talk about this. Let's assume that you have an idea, alright, that you want to make a application or any software or any website. Alright, just like you want to create a VPN application, which is called in trend. So you have an idea that you want to create a VPN application, and you will publish in the Play Store or Apple Store, whatever you like. So you will contact your developer who will create a software for you, which is app or website according to you, and that particular application or software will have a source code. Alright, just like you write a web page, so you have its source codes in .html or .php, anything. Alright, so that particular software will have a source code. Maybe it will be stored in a program file. Alright, so then you might have a team, software engineers team, SET, which I have written here, SET. You will contact them. Then as you want to you have a big team, like you have a developer, then you might have a tester. Alright, because publishing a software is a long way. You can't just make a software and just publish it on the internet. Alright, you have to just test it and find out bugs, all the errors you have made or your developer has made. He has to just undo those errors, and then you have to publish all that. Alright, so just in case you have one or more developers for your team. Alright, like I have developer 1 and I have developer 2, and suppose developer 1 has created a code for the VPN, and he wants to he wants to share that code to developer 2. Alright, developer 1 has a code, your VPN application. I am just taking it as an example. Alright, VPN application does not have to do with this entire video. I will just giving a reference that developer 1 has your idea of creating a VPN application, and he wants to share that code to developer 2 to just maybe for testing or any, like he will not able to create a particular feature that he wants developer 2 to add on that. So how will he I will say share that code, and you can share my code by email, because that's a good practice. Developers have emails, so he will select that program file and then he will email to that developer too. Alright then, and he will test and add the features and your app is published. Alright, good. Now you have to give a release or update, you can say. You have to give a release or a new feature must, I can say that you have a competition. You have numerous competition in the VPN apps. Just taking an example that VPN, there are a lot of VPN apps and you want to just be up to date. So you have to give a new feature. Alright, then again developer 1 will add a feature and then he will email that code to developer 2, and then he will test or maybe make some improvements in the code. Then again you will just publish the app. Alright, so this long process will take a time. Alright, adding a feature, then testing it, and then publishing it. Maybe developer 1 works in the daytime and developer 2 is free on the night time, so he will mail to developer 2 during the day, and developer 2 will work whole night and then he will reply to developer 1. Alright, so there is a lot of time wasted, and this current world is a complete agile world. You know that you have to be faster than your competitor. Just like you have added this feature, developer 1 has added this feature during the daytime, but your competition is with another VPN application and they have published the update before you, then you are lacking. Alright, so what can you say, to just reduce this time span, already to remove this time span, and you can say collaboration, to work together between all the teams. There is this term called pair programming. Alright, you can say pair programming is the newest way to collab between developers. Alright, then they don't have to mail and check the mail every time. They can make the changes in the just same code, and then they can test at the same time. If it is working, they can publish at the same time. Alright, so pair programming has a term known as SCM. What is SCM? SCM stands for source code management. Alright, it is a software tool that programmers use to manage source code. It tracks modification to our source code repository and helps deal with the merge conflicts. Alright, so I'm not going in the deep with the theories. I'm just you can say building a base for that. You can understand what is coming in further video. So you can read all this, that what is source code management from Google and all right. So there is a source code management tool. Alright, that tool contains your source code and it manages all the versions. You can say source code management normally is open source. Yes, you have source code management and you have put your source code of your application or your software in that, and it will be a public. Anyone can read and anyone can you can say state issues or modify and suggest you some updates and features, and it will be a shareable code. And also maybe you have two versions, maybe version 1 of application and version 2 of application. Maybe you have a problem in version 2. Alright, there is a problem in version 2 and you want to go back to version 1 because that was a stable version. So source code management gives you a rollback feature. For with that you can roll back from version 2 to version 1 without doing any extra work. Alright, so that is key points and very key features of SCM. And when you upload a code to SCM, it is known as push. Alright, uploading a code is known as push, and if you download a source code of any application or your application from SCM, it is known as pull. You are pulling the code and you are pushing the code. These are the terms we are going to use many times in this video and upcoming every DevOps sessions, because it is very key feature. Alright, how will you share the code? You can share the code via internet. Alright, and the specific SCM tool or the only SCM tool I am going to refer in this complete DevOps session is GitHub. Alright, GitHub is a SCM tool, you can say. And alright, and GitHub is a development platform inspired the way you work. From open source to business, you can host and review code, manage products and build software alongside 36 million developers. Alright, so GitHub is a type of, you can say, as source code management, not a type of, it is a source code management tool where you can host your source code, and then you can share that source code or make it public to your maybe team, or you can make a private to a team. You don't want your subscribers or your users to see that how you work with the features and all. You can just make your code private and it will work. All right, so let's make a folder. All right, in my local machine. So let's make a folder, and very good practice it is that folders, all right, you can also that I am working this folder. Let's name it my code. All right, my code. And if I go inside this folder and I am working in it currently, all right, so this is my workspace or repository, anything you can say. So let's make a file. It's like make a file, and what do we name it as? text.html. all right, we have created a file, and suppose this is our code. Hello, I am Abhijit. all right, this is my code. So let's save it. Now this is my code. All right, so I have suppose in your case this is a website you're working on, and this is your index any web page you have created, all right, for your website. Now let's host it to GitHub. So first of all, you have to make a GitHub account if you haven't made one, and then log in. So just like this is my GitHub account, which is not exactly my GitHub account. I use it as practice and making my some applications. All right, so this will be an interface when you log in your GitHub account. Just you have to type a new over here, repository, and then you can give any name to your repository. All right, so let's name it as DevOps1 because this is our first session of DevOps. So you can give a description if it is your, like in my case I am just making it as a demo for you guys, but in your case maybe you have this as a professional, your business website. You can give a description of your work. all right, you can choose public or private over here. If you want to make private repository, we will discuss in the future sessions, but currently I am working as a public, so I will make it as public repository, and you guys can check. I am not going to delete this repository. all right, so if you want to this video to check, all right, so you can check proof of this video. all right, and you have to just add a readme file because it will initialize your repository because you're creating a new repository. all right, so this is important step, many of you forget, but you have to tick this add a readme file. all right, don't forget this step, and then you have to just do a create repository, and it will create a repository. Here you can see my repository is created. Now you can just tap add a file, and here you can say upload files. You can choose your files from here, and then go to your, I can say, where you have created your folder. Like this is my code and this is my file. In your case it will be your source code, your web page you have created and you want to host on GitHub, then this is you can choose. all right, so by here you can upload a file, and while uploading it will ask you to give a commit message, maybe a comment you can say. all right, so here you can just give a comment first, upload, and make sure these comments you give, the commit messages you give, may be unique and very proper, because in a professional case you have to find your future commits, what were the changes you made during this commit. So this will help you a lot. all right, so when the commit message is done, just type commit changes and your file will be uploaded. Here you can see processing your files, and this may take a few minutes according to your net or what. I am just sitting on my upper room and Wi-Fi is down, so this is my main problem. Alright, here you can see your first upload file is uploaded, and your commit message first upload is been present here. Very good. Now you can type on text.html and you can see your content. Hello, I am Abhijit, and this is your code. Alright, very good. Now suppose you made a changes in your file. Alright, let's go to our workspace and let me open this document of mine. This is our source code. Maybe in your case this is your web page, as I have told you, and you made these changes like I am Abhijit and this is my web page, and save this. Alright, and exit. Now in your I can say in your computer, like I have this file in my code folder, and I have a file with exact name text.html name in this screenshot folder. If I copy that file from there to here, and it will overwrite the file. Alright, or it will say that a file already exists of same name, so you have to rename the file or anything. Alright, but in GitHub, when you just go add a file and upload a file, alright, and here you can choose the exact same file which you uploaded. Because I made changes, so I will just upload the file, same file. Alright, and then once again when you will just ask you for a commit message, so let's give second upload. Alright, second upload, and then commit the changes. It will process a file, and you can see your second upload has been made. Your file and commit message is second upload. Very good. Now you can open the file and you can check. This is my web page. The line has been added. Alright, now let's suppose I don't know, like this is a demo file, but in actual the source code is of thousands of lines. Alright, maybe 10,000 lines. Zyada bahut hai. Alright, so I want to check what changes I had made from first upload to second upload. Yeah, so you can tap on this file text.html, and here you can see a history. Alright, history tab, just tap on it, and here you can see the history of your file. Now let's tap on the second upload. Alright, and here you can see the comparison of the file, what changes were and what changes you have made. Here you can see that I had this hello, I am Abhijit, and these two lines I have added as blank line, and my this is web page. So this is how you can see your, what I can say, history. Alright, history of your file, that what are the changes you have made in your code, and you can just match them. That if you have any error in your code, you can check the changes you have made and you can undo that error. Hopefully I think you understand this whole process of checking history and matching your code. Alright, now there is one thing also, that if you go to this file text.html in your code and then go to history, these numbers are known as commit details. Alright, so in further classes you will know how to use these numbers and how to check your last commit and logs, etc. We are going to cover that also. Alright, so if you want to check that during this second upload and first upload, how did your file, how did your repository look? Let's check. See, this is your repository looks currently after the first upload. So let's change some things in the file. Let's go to our file once again. Let's make some changes. Alright, so maybe I made some changes like this. Alright, those who know HTML, they will understand what I am doing, and for those who don't know, there is no problem. I will take up the HTML classes. maybe between the DevOps sessions or after that, I don't know. Alright, so this is my file. I have made some changes. Now let's save this file as a saved, and as you know that we can upload the same file as many times as we want. Alright, if we change the code. Alright, so let's go to choose the files and then select the same file and upload. The message it will ask, give the third upload. This is your commit message. So scroll down and tap on the commit changes. As I said, it might take time if your net is low. So this is my repository looks. Alright, when I you can say made the third upload, this is my third upload I made, and this is how my repository looks. Alright, maybe in your case, in your changes, you have uploaded some more files during the third upload. Then how you can check during the first upload or the second upload, how did your repository looks? Alright, maybe I just uploaded this file. In your case, in the third upload, you uploaded some more files, CSS files or anything. Alright, so how can you check that? You can just tap on this text.html and go to history as previously, and these are the code signed here. Alright, when you tap here, you can see how did your repository looks on the first upload. So this was the first upload which I made 8 minutes ago, and this was how my repository looked. Hope you get it. This is how you can do, you can say, the history. You can check not only the file of the complete repository, you can check how did your repository looked during the first upload, second upload, or maybe 100th upload of your code. You just have to go to the commit message and check how did your repository looks. Alright, maybe you understand, and if you don't, just type in the comments and this is the particular thing I did not understand. So this is my third upload. You can check this is my commit message. As I told you, the commit message is very important. So this is the commit message, and this is commit message of the third upload I have made. Alright, so when you check logs in the future, I will tell you how to check git logs and etc. We will cover all those topics, all the key points, and this will come in hand. Just keep it in mind. Alright, so as I was saying, if you don't understand any term, just type in the comments, or you can message me on my Telegram, my LinkedIn, my Instagram. Alright, or you can comment below my blog. I will respond to you. Maybe you can say late because I am quite busy in the studies, but I will surely reply you, and I can teach you, or I can explain you that particular term, maybe on a call or something. Alright, or I can give a separate session to you free of cost. That's the main point I like to say. It is all free of cost. Alright, before we move further, I have few things that I want to tell you. That few things, or maybe you missed that. If you don't know, that is a very general key point, that if you tap text.html and go to history as we were going, so these are your maybe you can say commits. But if you want to just say in a very easy language, alright, in very easy language, these are the versions. That this is your first version, this is your second version, this is your third version. Alright, so SCM is basically version control system. It will manage all the versions also. In the previous version, what was the state of the file, how did the file look, etc. So if you are on the third version currently, we are at the third version. Alright, but I want my first version code back, so you can tap here and it will show the file to you, and you can just download this file, and then you can update your current file. Alright, so this is the version control system. This is how you will I can say, you can tap over here and then you can say raw, and this is how your file will look. You can download the file from here and save the content. Alright, so this is how SCM means. The tool GitHub controls your you can say versions of your file. Alright, so first let me just take you to the bit theory part over here. Alright, uh, yeah, so the theory part I was talking you about. All right, so first of all, this is all the theory we took place. Let's just scroll that up. You already know everything I told you about. So what is SCM? You know. All right, you know what is SCM, and you know how does what is the tool we are using for source code management. It is GitHub. All right, you know everything over this. So let's take a bit deep. What is how does SCM work? SCM, as I told you, it is a version control system. Version control system, VCS. All right, but SCM is centralized. What does centralized means? All right, centralized, you can say it is shareable. You can share your open source, and if you just push a code, then anyone can pull that code for you, or if he wants to make some changes or make a same to same application for himself, if he to get an idea, etc, etc, etc. All right, so in SCM, it is also known as CSCM, centralized source code management. Centralized source code management, in which centralized is known as shareable. You can push a code, means you can upload a code and someone else can pull the code or download the code, maybe your team, network, or anyone, you can say. All right, but there is another thing, it is known as decentralized source code management system. What does decentralized means? All right, so first of all, you have to just know that centralized source code management, or you can say centralized version control system, had networking problem. Like if they are working on a same network, all right, maybe you can say GitHub is down and your website has a very critical issue. All right, your website has a very damn critical issue or a bug that your developer won. All right, let's say you have a website and it has some security bug. All right, and developer 1 solved that, and he wants to share that code to developer 2 to test and take that code to production area, or you can say maybe to public, to publish it. All right, but network is down. Now your bug is public because in your previous version you have a security bug, and because network is down, so your developer 1 can't share that his code to developer 2. All right, so in this case, decentralized source code management comes in hand, because in centralized version we had a thing named as network, and in decentralized source code management, they have just removed that part. All right, so as I told you, SCM or centralized source code management, we had GitHub. All right, similarly in decentralized source code management we have Git. All right, so we know how what GitHub is and how does it works. It is a source code management tool in which you can manage your code or versions of your application, etc, etc, and you can share that code, you can download that code anytime, and you can also ask your contributors to contribute in that code so that you can launch some new features and all. Alright, but in this situation, this type of situation, if your network is down, that won't work. Maybe GitHub is down, it won't work. Alright, or the network is different. Alright, so in that case, Git comes in hand. So how can you use Git? So simply you can just go to Google and tap Git download, and it will first website git-scm.com. You can go in this website. Alright, and here it will tell you to download. If you have Mac OS or Windows or Linux, you can just download from here, or if you're using a Red Hat, you can simply use yum install git command and it will help you, or I can say it will download for you. Alright, so this is how you can maintain that, or sorry, download that Git. So in your case, in my case, I have already Git installed. Alright, so to check if it is installed or not, you can just go into your start, or sorry, search. In my Windows 11, I can just search. Alright, just type Git. It will give an app like Git Bash. Alright, we are not currently working on Git GUI, but I will cover that in the upcoming session, maybe next or this session, if I am able to complete all the GitHub and Git in this video. I will just cover the Git GUI, but currently we will work on Git Bash. Just hit open and it will open for you. The installation process is very easy, so I have not shown in this video. You can just download that file and then just double tap on it to install, and enter next and install. Alright, so in my case, I have already installed Git in my system, so we will work on that. Good. Now if you want to check your Git bash is Git, or you can say is properly installed or not, you can just type Git version and hit enter. It will tell you. Alright, Git version is 2.36.0. Alright, so Git has two version, 2 and 1. So we are working currently on latest version, which is version 2. Alright, because it is very stable, and there are some changes which we will also cover, that what has changed from Git 1 to Git 2, what they have excluded, what they have included, everything we will cover in the upcoming sessions or this session. Alright, so you don't have to worry in that. So first of all, if from here I will tell you, I made a previous video based on Linux for the basic commands of Linux, and I told you in that particular video that these Linux commands will come in hand. Alright, so if you don't know basic Linux commands, you just stop this video over here and go back to Linux video and complete that video, and then only you will understand what is going to happen next in this video. Alright, I just repeated the same thing in that video 2-3 times, that after we start DevOps sessions, that particular video is going to come in hand to everyone. Alright, so here you can do ls command, which is a basic Linux command. Here you can see your files and directories and everything here. So first of all, let me show you that this is our desktop, and this is where I have my code. Alright, so we are not going to touch that anymore. Alright, so this is our Git bash and this is our folder. So let me go to cd desktop, and this will take you to desktop. I am again telling you, these are basic Linux command. So if you don't know these commands, go back to Linux video, complete it and come here. Okay, so let me go to desktop, and at the desktop here you can see my code folder is already separated. So let's I can say alright, let's move further with our video. So as I told you that Linux commands are going to come in hand, so this is how Linux command will come in hand. Let's go. That you have to go inside this my code folder, so you have to use cd command, and if you are in, you can check pwd command, that I am inside my desktop and then my code folder. Alright, that is of no use for us because I already explained you in your Linux class. Alright, so here you can use make another directory. I can say that test code. Alright, now for checking if it is made or not, you can also come here in your folder and you can check that test code name folder is already created. Very well. Now in my case it is just a demo, but in your case it is your website's code and you want this code to be locally in your local system. Alright, so in my case I have just two files, readme and text.html. Alright, but in your case it is a complete applications source code or anything. You can't just download one by one. Alright, it is a very complex task. So for that, Git gives you a feature by to clone your complete repository. So by here you can download your complete code. Just copy this HTTPS URL, and to clone the complete repository, Git gives you a command which is as git clone, and then just paste the URL of your repository. Alright, then just hit enter. It will clone your DevOps1 repository. In my case it is DevOps1. In your case it will be a different repository. Here you can see it will remotely download all the repositories and everything. Alright, so let's check if it is downloaded or not, because repository was named that DevOps1, so DevOps1 folder will also be created over here. Alright, not in test code, it is created out. Alright, it is my mistake, because here I made the directory as test code, but I never went inside that, so I cloned it outside the test code folder. Alright, sorry. So this is DevOps1 folder created, and this is my complete repository, and it will clone all the files inside that repository. Alright, not just text.html and only the file, but also the content of the file is also downloaded. So you can just open text.html file and you can see the content I wrote is also downloaded. Alright, so this is how you can just clone a repository in your local system. Alright, now I told you about that git log part, how you can check your log and everything. So this is how you can check log. This is my file, where it is. Let's go inside the folder. First of all, cd devops and ls. You can see all your files over here. So this is my file, text.html.txt. This .txt is because I created that file with the notepad, and Microsoft Windows it all is by default .txt. This is not a class of HTML, so I'm just ignoring that part. So let's go. You can just use git log command and type text.html.txt. Alright, this is the file. You can just tap enter and it will tell you all the history of this file, that who was the author, at what date, at what time it updated, etc, etc, etc. Alright, so let me just explain you. This is our file. We are inside the repository on the GitHub, and here we go to the history. Now this I told you, this number, commit detail, your commit number. You can see the third upload commit is 508b36a. In the terminal you can also see 508b36a. As I told you, this will come in hand. This is very important thing. This is your commit number. Alright, it has unique commit number for every commit it is made, or you can say it has a different commit number for unique version of your file. Alright, so now this is not just like terminal. You can just see files or all. You can just read your file also. Alright, so you can just do cat command. This is also same command I told you in Linux. Alright, to read the files. You can see your content is here. Hello, I am Abhijit. This is my web page, etc., etc. All right. So you can also make a file like you can say using a Vim editor, Vim hello dot html. Alright, this file has been created, and this is a Vim editor, and I already told you how to use Vim editor. Alright, so you can just type first line and tap escape key, then semicolon, and then WQ to write and quit. Alright, this is you can do. So now if you do git status, alright, this will tell you this is one more file named as hello.html, which has not been committed, and it is not also in the staging area. Alright, this is untracked file. This GitHub does not or you can say know this file, what is this file or anything. For GitHub, this particular file is a new file. Alright, so if there are three types of stages: a staging area, modified area, and committed area. Alright, so if I just go to the same file once again and modify it and type second line, and then again I save this file. Alright, and then again I do git status, it will tell me there is a file which is not been you can say committed, or you can say staged. Alright, how you can do that? You can just use git add hello.html, hit enter. The file has been staged from here. Alright, now your git knows this file. Once again you can go, you can just type vim hello.html. Alright, and once again you just edit this file. Maybe I made some changes over here, full stop. Now you just modified this file. Now if you do git status, there is a new file named as hello.html, and there is also a modified file hello.html. According to Git, there are two versions of this file now. There is also a new file named as hello.html, and there is also a new modified file which is named as hello.html. Alright, now you know to stage this file you have to just go and git add hello.html. Now if you do git status, it will tell you there is a new file hello.html, because these two versions have been now combined. Very well. Now if you want to commit this file, you can just type git commit, and what is the file name? hello.html, and then -m, and then you have to give a message. You know, when we used to upload the file in the GitHub, we used to give us commit message or a comment, you can say. So you have to just give a comment that first upload by git bash. Alright, then hit enter. The file will be committed. You can also say that, and the file uploaded by git bash is your commit message, and one file has been changed, and there have been 3 insertions. Alright, now as you can see that I have now you know that if you want to take a file from staging area to commit area, you have to use git commit command. Alright, but if you do just git status over here, alright, git status over here, it will tell you that your branch means you have one file or maybe numerous of file, and you have not pushed that file. As I told you in the starting of this session, that push and pull means push means uploading and pull means downloading. Alright, so we cloned this repository, means we pulled that repository, and now we are going to push a file over there. Alright, so these are the, you have to just remember every time. So to push, you have to use git push command. All right, git push, and it will push your file to your repository, specific repository, I have to say. All right, so this may take a time according to your net speed or anything. Then here you can see that 4 objects, there are compression or everything, and then to this repository our file has been you can say pushed or have been uploaded. So it is a good practice to always check. So let's go to our browser and our repository, let's refresh it, and here you can see hello.html first upload by git bash. And if you go inside this file, you can read all the content, first line, second line, etc, etc. So this is how you can create a file. Alright, and also you can upload a file to GitHub by Git. Alright, so this is how you can do. Now you can create you can push this and it how many times if you want. So what we will is we have this hello.html file with us, so you can do vim hello.html. Alright, so if I go here in my vim editor and I do some just edit and then save this file. Alright, now if I do git status, you all know what it is going to show. Alright, it is a modified file. Very well. All you have to do is git first of all you have to do is commit this, add this file. Alright, git add this file, it will add it to staging area. Alright, now all you have to do is commit this file. You can use git commit command, git commit hello.html. Alright, and you have to give a message -m, give a second message, and then commit this file, and then you have to just push this file. And when the push is completed, you will see 2 versions of this file. Alright, so first of all let's check git status. Our branch is up to date with origin main. Main means the main branch. Previously GitHub used to had default branch as master, but it from the 2022 or maybe August 2021 it has changed from main, from master to main. Alright, so if you do git log hello.html, you will see 2 versions of this file. As I told you that we had versions of the file, the commit versions. Alright, so this is the commit ID, and this is the last time we edited this file. This version was second and this is the first. Alright, so this head means head works in the remote, like this. From here, from the git, from our local system, from a laptop or PC, we are operating as a head. This branch is head, and at GitHub it is main. Alright, so currently our head and main both branch are equal. Both branch have same amount of files, and we are working on our GitHub repository. Now suppose I just edit my file by using vim editor. Alright, so vim hello.html as we used to do, and then edit this file. Alright, so let's edit this file and testing. Very well, testing, and then exit this file and save this file. And again I'm repeating, if you don't know how to use vim editor, you can refer to my articles on my blog or the previous video on the Linux. We covered all the details about vim editor. Alright, so now if you do git status, here you can see a file is modified. But if we do git log, alright, here you will see only 2 versions, because this one which we edited is modified, but it is not staged. All right, it is not staged. So now what we will do, we will just add this file in our staging area, and then we will commit this file, and let's give it as third. This is a third message. All right, so now file has been done, and git push, we just push the update. All right, now after the update is done, you can see now the problem is that we are in this version, the third version. All right, sorry for the break I took, and I also will cut that break in that thing. I went for some coding work. So now we are in the third version, as you can see on our code here, hello.html third. All right, in the repository in the GitHub, we are on the third version, but this version has some problem. Now, as I told you, we will cover that rollback part. All right, in the starting of the session or middle of the session. In the starting, I told you that we'll cover that rollback part, how to roll back from the one version to another. So for that, you need this. Maybe you let's suppose we are on this third version, and this has some problem. You have a software, and this version has some problem. So you want to go back to this second version, which was a stable one. So you have to copy this commit ID, and you can get that from the git log, as I did git log. You can get that ID. All right, now git gives you a command which is as git reset, and then you have to paste this ID, then a file name hello.html. You can say your file has been unstaged now. All right, and then you have to, git gives you a command named as git checkout hyphen hello.html. Now if you check git status, you can see that on your main branch changes have been made. Now you can edit your file and do anything. All right, so here you can see we were on the desktop, my code, and DevOps, and text.html file. Our third line, sorry, not text.html, I'm sorry, not text.html, this is my mistake. You can check your hello.html file. All right, this is your hello.html file, and our third line has been deleted. All right, so this is how you roll back to the previous version of your file in GitHub or Git, you can say. So first of all, I would like to say that Git and GitHub is not completed. We will continue this in next session, and if you want to see commands and their outputs only, and you want to cover the theory part, you have been given the link of my blog, of my article, in the description of this video. So once again, I'm telling you, this is not completed. We will go more in the Git and GitHub. We have many things to discuss, like branches and everything. Those are very key points and key terms. We will go in deep, and in maybe next session we will complete Git and GitOps, and then we will move on to further points, further things in our DevOps session, which may be Jenkins and all. All right, Apache, Jenkins, everything. We will take everything step by step, so that you don't get confused inside your brain and everything. So this is your host and teacher, or you can say friend, Abhijit Jain, this side, and on the top of the screen in my wallpaper you can see my LinkedIn and my Instagram account username. This is my same username on my Telegram channel, Abhijit_XD. So you can just if you want to talk to me. Alright, so you can check. Once again, I'm telling you, article links have been given in the description. You don't have to worry. You can just take up the theory part from there. Alright, so this is all for today, and I hope you like this session. And if you want to suggest me something that I should explain some parts, you can just comment in the description, comment section. I will just look through it, and from next time I will explain that thing and that part in the way you want. Alright, so if you like this video, you can subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for the more amazing videos coming in the DevOps series. Alright, bye bye.